Welcome to the Haunted Hangover podcast. I'm Louie, and returning for the, I said 50th last time, so we're going to say 150th time. We're joined by Grimey from the Leftover Pizza podcast.
Time does not work the same here as it does there.
Yes, exactly. I'm losing track at how many times you've been on the show, so I'm just making up numbers at this point.
They say time flies when you're having fun.
And we have been having fun, so that is a good thing. Lots of fun. And speaking of fun, literally the time of this recording about a week or two ago, we released a anticipated Halloween items for the 2023 season. And like we said in the episode, as soon as I published that shit, there were like 8 announcements right
Oh, yeah, I knew it was going to happen. I mean, this is around the time right now when everything is flying up on Instagram. We're seeing all the cool shit and sharing it, and everybody sees it. And of course, like everything that we were saying would happen just as it did.
One of the big items, which we're going to get into a little later, we were making a bunch of guesses about flavor, what it was, if they were going to get something. And the day I put the episode up, all of that was clarified.
Yep.
I was like, the episode is already dated. But luckily, a good chunk of the stuff we covered is new for the season. So if you haven't listened to that episode, definitely go back and check it out. Also, Patreon. We covered 3 items over on the Patreon page, so check that out as well if you haven't subscribed to the Haunted Hangover Patreon page. So to kind of piggyback off of what we already did, this new list of anticipated Halloween items for the 2023 season, once again, not all of them are edible, but for some of us, they might be. So
yeah, you can eat these things, I think. Yeah, definitely.
And I'm pretty sure there's some children that have swallowed a couple of them growing up. One of the items here.
Children swallow them, parents step on them, you know.
Yes, very painful. But we're going to start with, I'll go first with the big one because this one's probably the most ambiguous item. Because we only have names, and it's something that happens annually, every October and holiday season, to be fair, because Christmas and holidays is also shown love with candles from Bath and Body Works.
Oh, yeah. Before we start, are you a candle guy? I just need to know.
So, yes, I will admit when I was my single days, I was not a candle guy. I was an air kind of, what a little air freshener.
Oh, yeah, a little air scent stuff.
Spray my living room, spray the bedroom. Yeah, like I was never one of those like light a candle, get it all sexy kind of guys. But my wife, avid candle buyer. We literally just went to Bath and Body Works and she bought about 5 candles because they had some sort of sale. They always have sales.
Oh yeah, there's always a sale. They always give you the bag in the front, like, here, you're gonna need this.
Yes.
And we're like, don't, but like we're gonna use it anyway.
You're gonna drop $100 right now on shit that smells nice. But yes, I am now a candle person. I've also dabbled with the melts. I'm a fan of melts as well.
Oh, yeah.
I've bought a couple of melts from Horror Decor. They actually have a ecto cooler one, which was
they do. It's very pretty.
Which was a lot of fun. I enjoyed lighting that. Well, not lighting it because it's not a candle, but melting it in my little jack-o'-lantern melter that I have. So yeah, I have become a guy that's into candles and melts. I never thought that would have happened. That's how I know I'm getting older. What about you, Grimey? I'm assuming you love candles.
Oh, man. Well, I can remember exactly when my love of candles started, and it was back in college, probably around 2008, 2009. We were in a Rite Aid, and it was fall, almost Halloween, and I found a pumpkin spice candle, and I was like, oh, man, maybe I'll just get one of these. And I took a quick whiff of it, and I was like, holy fuck, like, this is exactly what I was been missing. This is like, this is the essence of Halloween right here. And just to show you how big of a fan I am of candles, every time we have shows together, like I do the show with you, to get the vibes correct, I burn some candles. I'm burning some right now. This is the DW Home Trick or Treat candle. It's like apple and caramel, and
Oh wow.
oh man, it smells amazing. I have this one here burning as well. This is Bath and Body Works from last year.
Wow.
Pumpkin bonfire. Yeah,
Grimey's
it's
got all the
overkill.
aromas. All the aromas are filling that room you're in right now.
Yeah, we're having a seance in my desk area right now.
You're gonna wake up the great pumpkin. That's what's gonna end up happening with the fucking candles you got lit. I right now don't have a candle lit in my apartment, so I have failed with setting the ambiance of it's always the ambiance of Halloween's always happening in my apartment. But
It's always there.
Yesterday I did burn some melts. I burned
Very nice.
also I believe the name of this melt, it was a horror decor melt, was pumpkin pale, and it was supposed to smell like a pumpkin pale. Like it was supposed to smell like candy and like pumpkin and a fall night. Interesting. I've always wanted to know what goes into creating these smells. Like what
Yeah.
I know
It's gotta be
oils.
tough. Mm-hmm.
So I have made candles for my wedding last year. I made me and my wife made candles as like to give to people, and we made fall candles, and they were oils, and you mix oils, and it's a lot of work. And all these independent candle makers, I give them a lot of credit because we made maybe 50 of them, and it took us a week. So it was like 7-8 days. Like 7 days, maybe even longer than a week. It might have been like a week and a half to just make 50 of them. So
You were like, who's got two thumbs and never doing this again? This guy right here.
Honestly, I do want to do it again, and I would have loved to kind of, through Haunted Hangover, create maybe a limited run of Halloween-inspired candles. But we'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, let's jump into these Bath and Body
absolutely.
Works
What's all this
Halloween.
candle talk about here?
Yes, all this candle. This is the Candle Minute. Come on, man. That's what this is. But
So what's the first one?
We've got in this list, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, and we're just gonna guess because all we have are the names. We're gonna just guess what these smell like. And the first one is Everlasting Magic. Grimey, take a crack at it.
Everlasting Magic, man. I'm saving this scent for the other one I see on here that I'm pretty sure it's going to be. But if I had to guess, it's probably going to be maybe like a clove kind of thing. I'm picturing maybe like a witch's hut or something like that. What would that smell like? Everlasting Magic. Maybe some cloves or something.
I'm there with you. I'm picturing an incensey smell.
Like some spices or something.
Yeah. See, what's funny is whenever I buy these candles, I usually buy mostly the pumpkin or apple infused ones.
Oh, yeah.
And from what I remember, the ones that are kind of like midnight or whatever, usually they do smell kind of smoky. And earthier with kind of like a floral hint to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I'm going. So we're sort of in the same page.
Yeah.
We're on the same page when it comes to what Everlasting Magic would smell like. But I can agree with with what you're getting at, and I'm in that same ballpark. Incensey, kind of floral, clovey smell. No pumpkin, no spice. I guess.
Yeah. No false spicy. Yeah, maybe that one will be the limit, but
possibly.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it.
And the next one is Midnight Spell. So
okay. So this one.
Yeah. What about you? What are you going with this one, Grimey?
They Bath and Body Works is famous for ripping off the love spell scent from Victoria's Secret. If any of them have any chance of being it, it's got to be this one. What
does that smell like? I don't remember what that smells like or know what that smells like. So
a lot of the scents, supposedly it's like peaches and I can't remember exactly, but for me it comes off as more of like a black licorice kind of smell, like a very, very weird black licorice. Maybe I could see maybe a little bit of a peach vibe in it, and I want to say, I'm not certain. Don't quote me on this, but maybe like cherry tree or something. Yeah, no, not at all. Cherry blossom. Sorry.
Yeah, not very Halloweeny.
No.
I
What if
guess
I
they
was the
kind of want to
guest?
go. They want to go the spooky route, so they're just like midnight spell. We'll throw some
Yeah.
peach in there or cherry blossoms, which I know
Hmm.
cherry blossom is a popular scent in general. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just take your word on this one because I have no clue what a
No clue.
midnight spell. See, so everlasting magic and midnight spell to me both give witchy vibes. So
Yeah, same vibe.
one of these are gonna have kind of like a clovey, smoky smell. I'm leaning
Mm.
more towards everlasting magic having that because of the everlasting
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Yep.
Midnight spell, I could see it being sweet smelling.
Yeah,
Um,
sweet, maybe a little bit on like the fruity and
yeah,
floral side, possibly. Just midnight spell. I don't know.
yeah, they
Sounds
gotta
pretty
have that.
sexy.
Yes, midnight spell. They have to have that kind of like a bouquet of flowers scent. I guess like
Yeah.
when you take a whiff
Hmm.
of like some flowers, like you said, that kind of makes sense. All right, we're a little lost with that one. Moving on. So the next candle on this list is Moonlight Graveyard. Uh, what do you think, Grimey?
So this one, I'm banking on this one being the fall foliage kind of smell. So you got your dead
Yeah,
leaves and you got your tree branches, your woodsy smells. I'm banking, or maybe
a
even like
hundred percent.
the flannel, the manly flannel smell or whatever. I'm thinking
Yeah,
that's all going to be in there
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. I could agree with that. A little decaying corpse sprinkle. I'm just there you go. It is a graveyard now. I don't think they'd get that intricate with their aromas. Yeah, I could get that. Some fall leaves kind of smell and foliage.
Yeah, yeah,
Possibly. It's weird. Like I said, when it comes to candles, you can't quite pinpoint. I feel like they just give them a name and then just throw a bunch of oils and see what sticks and what smells decent.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that leafy smell, dirt, I guess. Well,
They're
like the
like an
good,
earthy kind of
again,
smell.
like a good smelling dirt, like
Yeah.
freshly cut grass.
Oh yeah.
Like that may
Hmm.
be something along those lines. It is a graveyard and it's moonlit. I love the
Hmm.
name, Moonlit Graveyard. Sounds terrifying,
It does.
and creepy, but it works. Yeah, I can see that. And last but not least, this is probably the easiest one to figure out.
Oh,
We've got
100%.
pumpkin carving.
See,
Yeah,
I know it's going to be like your straight up probably pumpkin spice,
for
your
sure.
your pumpkin frappuccino smell, but like I would kind of love it if they could nail the actual smell of pumpkins, like the guts. I don't know what it is. I used to hate the smell of pumpkin guts, but now I'm obsessed with it. Like the moment I
Yeah.
carve up jack-o'-lantern, the first thing I do as soon as I get that top off is just take a big
Take a
whiff
big
of
whiff.
the inside. It's so good, man.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think I'm right there with you. When I was a kid, I don't think I liked like
I hated
carving a
it.
pumpkin. I hated the insides, the guts, the
Mhm.
mushiness, the moistness. I know there's people that hate that word, but and I could agree. The smell sort of wasn't the most pleasant, but it grew on me as I got older. When I was around I think like in my teens, because I always carve a pumpkin still to this day.
Oh yeah,
Um,
all the time.
obviously.
Yes.
Have to do it for Haunted Hangover. But yeah, I'm hoping this leans more towards the actual scent of pumpkin than
Right.
the spice. But I'm
Hmm.
sure they're gonna sprinkle in some cinnamon and nutmeg because
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's what people kind of go to. I'm pretty sure all four of these candles we're talking about have been recycled. They probably just renamed them.
Yeah, very common
Yeah.
thing. But you know what? I will say they have gotten kind of experimental. I think last year for Thanksgiving they did I don't remember what it was called, but it was basically Thanksgiving dinner. So it had like sage, rosemary, all kinds of different like cooking herbs and stuff like
Yeah,
that in
yeah.
it. So it smelled like Thanksgiving dinner as you burnt this candle. So like savory and
Interesting.
delicious. I'd probably try eating it. So I
Yeah.
fucking love Thanksgiving dinner. But
Going
yeah,
back, that's the theme. Eating these
eating
things.
eating candles, man. You can eat candles. I mean, they might not have any nutritional value, but it's not going to taste good either. But
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
eat them.
it's funny to kind of go back to candles real quick, and we'll move on to the next anticipated Halloween item. That's the dilemma. The dilemma I encounter with my significant other. She hates the smell of like sweet things. She loves she loves pumpkin spice. She loves Halloween, so obviously she's gonna love pumpkin spice. But like, if like the Ecto Cooler melt, she hated it. When I one time burned something that was supposed to smell like Fruity Pebbles Rice Krispie treat.
Oh yeah, I actually have that one sitting, I think, right here.
Yes. There you go. That's the one I have. And it smells like that, huh? I love it, but she hates it. So like, I have a candle. I'm a big amusement park guy, right? I love. I've been going to Universal since it opened. Huge Universal Studios person, Disney person, amusement parks more so than the Disney movies. I will admit that. And I have a candle that smells like the E.T. ride. She fucking hates it. I still have it in my bookshelf behind me. Like, I've only lit it maybe like 4 times, and it smells like pine. The fog machine that they use.
Oh, it's dope.
And it smells like the ride. And I love, it's the last kind of OG attraction at Universal Studios. And it smells like the queue. It smells like the line, the ride. She fucking hates it. They had a candle on a recent visit, and I promise you this is the end of the candle corner. They had a candle recently when I went to Universal that smelled like the old Confrontation ride, because on the ride he had banana breath. When you got on the ride, King Kong would kind of attack you, and his breath would be the smell of banana. They have a fucking candle that smells like his breath, as gross as that sounds.
That's so dope, though.
And I'm a huge fan of that ride, and I've been wanting to buy it, but I'm like, I'm going to have to light this shit when I'm home alone, because
no one else is going to like it.
Yeah, my wife's not going to like it. I'll just bask in the aroma of the E.T. ride and the King Kong ride. There is one candle I think she'll let me light, and that's because it's her favorite ride, and that's the Haunted Mansion. And I love the Haunted Mansion is like my favorite ride of all time. And I'm pretty sure there's like they do sell a candle that smells like that ride too. She'd let me light that one just because it's the Haunted Mansion. So candles, man, the struggle is real.
Oh, look, another glorious morning. Makes me sick.
Oh man, this is kind of I want to say it's a big one. I don't think everyone's going to run out and get this, but I think everyone will at least run out to look and take pictures of it for Instagram.
Appreciate it. That's what
it's
appreciate it.
Definitely appreciated for sure, as I could tell right now on Instagram. And that is the Hocus Pocus. What is this? The Sanderson Sisters Cottage Lego set. That is just, I'd never imagined in 100 years that I would ever say all those words together in one sentence. Like, I'm just amazed at all the different sets that Lego has been doing. Like, they have a crazy amount of Harry Potter sets out right now that are just like, they're wild and they're wildly expensive. But this one here, I'm not a Lego fan. Like, I love Legos, don't get me wrong, but not enough to go out and buy one. This one, though,
considering
it's like I'm like fighting myself not to go out and get it this season.
With shipping, it's about $240 minimum. $250 pushing it. Yeah,
well, that's easy. I'm not buying it then because I don't have an extra
$250. But I think the retail price right now on the Lego site. So behind the scenes tidbit. This was added to the episode last minute because they literally announced it right before we were about to record. Mm-hmm. So we had to throw it in here because it is awesome. So yeah, $229.99 is what I saw last I checked. So $230 basically before shipping, taxes, and all that good stuff. So I'm right there with you. I will admit this. I do not own a single Lego set.
Yeah, I don't anymore. I used to have a lot of Lego sets, but
I do not own a single one. Now, when I was a kid, I did have a lot of Legos, and I built a bunch of shit. But what's odd is I always played with my action figures and video games way more. So kind of like I had a very short run in my life. It was like between the age of 3 and 6. And I was over Legos as soon as I got a Nintendo. Like that was it. Like it was over.
Oh, yeah. The Nintendo entered the chat and you were like, see ya.
I'm done with this shit. So I've never, even still, I never picked it up. I have, throughout the years, I've looked at different sets and have contemplated buying one and putting it together and like putting in the work, even though I'm fucking busy all the time, and like putting in the work to build this thing. But I said, you know what? I never pull the trigger. That's basically what I tell myself. Whenever I see something cool, I don't pull the trigger. Looking at this one, I might possibly pull the trigger. Maybe not for $230. Maybe if I see it on a discount. But it is made up of the cottage. You've got all 3 sisters there. You've got the 3 kids from the original film. The cat is there.
Oh, yeah. Binksy's there.
Yeah, Binksy. Everybody's there. Who's missing?
Billy. Fucking Billy Butcherson.
Yeah.
Why isn't he there?
Why isn't he there? That's a really odd choice to kind of not include him. But literally almost everybody's here.
They have some really fucking awesome details in this thing too. So like the little the well with the water on the side of the house, the little spinny dude, that's there. The purple flames coming out of the top of the cottage, that's there. We see actually Mary Sanderson, she's got her fucking, not her broom, but her vacuum cleaner. She's got that there. Super sick. Like just everything about this, they hit all the details right on the head. I love that it's not just the cottage too. It has like this little bit of fencing area here with the goofy tree. I love everything about the set. This is one of them sets that I could see myself running and getting for sure.
There's a little jack-o'-lantern too. I see on the side of the house there. Yeah, I see that. So yeah, it looks cool. It looks like the actual cottage is going to be a mission to build, though. Just looking at it.
What's her name? Allison. She even has a little thing. Is it salt? Is it a little thing of salt? She has a little fucking container of salt.
A salt shaker thing. Yeah, a container of salt. Martin Salt or something like that. She's holding. Oh, that's great. Yeah, a lot of detail. You're right. They put a lot of work into this. It looks awesome. But for that price, I don't know, man.
That's it. Oh, man. Yeah, the price is killing me. And
that's the problem. That's the issue with Legos, man. It's like it's just too expensive, and that's why I never pulled the trigger. This is sick.
That's a car payment. Yeah, like seriously.
That's exactly what that is. So it's tough. I don't see too many people getting this. Maybe a couple people probably will purchase this, but I don't see people running out. I can see like hardcore Lego purists.
Yeah, the diehards. Yeah, they'll get it.
People that are huge Hocus Pocus fans, like leaving it in the box and just putting the box on display and never building it. Because I hear that's a thing too.
It is, dude.
Once you build these things, you gotta have a display to put them because of how fucking huge they are. So really cool.
Absolutely.
I'm jealous of anyone that does purchase this or has already purchased this because it is available. I think July 1st, so it will be available very soon. For purchase.
Yeah, and if you do purchase this and you're listening, please take lots of photos. I want to see all the nitty-gritty details. Send them our way. I need to see this thing and live vicariously through you guys because, man, this is beautiful.
You know what? I want to see the before and after photo. The before with all the pieces spread everywhere, and then after when it's built 8 months later because I don't know. I'm sure there's people that are great at these things and can knock them out in like a couple of days, but
yeah,
it would probably take me 6 months to build this thing if I'm keeping it real. So
same.
All right. So next on the list is a returning item for the 2023 Halloween season, and that is Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Pumpkin Spice. So these are returning, right? They happened. It was 2016, 2017. What were the years again, Grimey?
I want to say it was 2018.
2018.
But they returned in 2019. I don't remember exactly if they came back 2020, 2021, or 22. Okay. I want to say they were here 22, but I could be wrong. But the important thing is I've never eaten them before. Have you?
Yeah. Dude, I didn't even know these existed in 2018. I didn't even see them. Usually, I think the only pumpkin spice cereals I always saw were pumpkin spice Cheerios, pumpkin spice shredded wheats, and a couple of other ones. But I did not know that Frosted Flakes had a pumpkin spice, which I'm sure by the sign, because listen, I do enjoy, I haven't had them in a while, but I do enjoy a good bowl of Frosted Flakes, the sugary goodness that is Frosted Flakes. So I feel like the combination of what a Frosted Flake is with pumpkin spice sounds glorious. Plus, they're naturally flavored, so that's good.
See, I think the reason why I have never tried them is because they put them out at the same time they put all the cereal monsters cereal out there. So it's like the moment I see that, I'm not paying attention to fucking Tony the Tiger. If I see him, like, that's great in passing, but I'm not like keeping an eye out for it or anything. But I don't know. Maybe this year I'll take a chance on it and buy a couple of boxes and see what it's all about.
Yeah, this year we won't say "fuck you, Tony the Tiger" and your bubble vest that you have on here. He's wearing
what is up with the vest? I don't understand that.
Well, he usually wears a bandana, doesn't he, around his neck?
Yeah, he got like the little hanky.
Yeah, something like that. And so I think they're substituting that with the bubble vest here, and it says Tony on the side, so he's got his name. In case he forgets, he's got his name there. Maybe he leaves it somewhere, and someone, it's Tony the Tiger.
That's him. Yep, you're right.
It's Tony the big animated, big animated tiger that talks. I want to try these. They look good. The box is nice with the bluish turquoise background and.
Yeah, it almost has that, whatchamacallit, the, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Rice Krispie treat cereal from back in the day. That, like, nice blue, that nice, like, kind of almost aqua blue. I just think that's a really nice tone. It's a different tone for this. It hits really nice with the orange, though. I think that pops really good.
Yeah, I'm assuming these Frosted Flakes, the color, they look a little brighter than normal. So I'm guessing... That's the pumpkin spice. And Tony's aggressively aiming them towards me and towards you. If you're looking at this image, he's just like, hey, they're great. There you go.
He's like, here they are.
Here they are, motherfucker.
You eat them.
Eat these pumpkin spice Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, I always love these images of cereal where it's like the milk looks so fucking stark white. It's just glue, from what I understand.
It's Elmer's, right? Elmer's glue. Elmer's glue.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you the bowl. All that glue is stuck in place, and it's just a solid mass. And then they're just taking a photo of it and photoshopping Tony the Tiger in it. So amazing.
It's pretty good.
All right, what's next, Grimey?
You guys are going to notice really, really fast. This is going to turn into the cereal show. So bear with us. But all of these cereals, I promise, are worthy of at least 15 to 16 paragraphs. Like, my God.
Yes.
We are. I thought last year was going to be like the end all be all cereal year because of how many we got, but this one, it's even bigger, like way bigger than what last year gave us. And this one here, no exception to the rule. We have chocolate Lucky Charms limited edition Haunted Marshmallow edition.
Glorious.
These I did not expect something like this to come out of Lucky Charms. That's way out of left field. I know that they just did this the s'mores one for summer, which was also kind of out of left field. So maybe they're just jumping into this kind of Halloween and
good?
seasonal thing.
Try them.
I didn't try them either. I just spotted them yesterday. They just came here.
We're slackers, Grimey.
Well, the problem is, and I was just talking to Derek about it yesterday, I've got like 20 different cereal boxes behind me that I haven't even touched yet from last year.
Them open, yeah.
Yeah, and I just bought 2 more yesterday that I won't talk about right here because it doesn't fit. But I bought 2 other ones. So, but this guy here, he's gonna keep all my cereal buddies company as soon as I find him. Because, I mean, look how fucking adorable this guy is, man.
Amazing.
He's got like Lucky Charms, dude. The leprechaun's got the vampire fangs on. He's got kind of a Riddler-esque look to him. Honestly, he's got a purple hat with the green accents. He's got a green bat. The marshmallows, though, they kind of just look like they ripped off Count Chocula a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a bat a little ghost, a lightning bolt, and I don't know what that thing is to the left. I don't know what the hell that. I see the
no
ghost.
idea.
Yeah, it's a mass of some kind that's swirly. There you go.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never had chocolate Lucky Charms.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a different one. I don't think I've ever had it either before. Not to say that hasn't been done. I'm sure it has been, but yeah, I've never myself had them either. And I think that's a cool little twist on it. Like, I like Lucky Charms as it is, but like chocolate Lucky Charms, that seems like a game changer.
Yeah, and I do like, and honestly, when it comes to this cereal, I think the artwork is, we hinted at his Riddler-esque look. I do like his little vampire cape. And his little ruffles there at the bottom of his wrist, and the little. I guess they're trying to keep the Irish thing going with the green because he is lucky, and they are Lucky Charms, so they want to kind of.
Yeah, makes sense.
His little green scarf and green bat on the top, and the purple void he's in with a crescent moon in the top.
Yeah,
right
there's a moon back there, and some little bit of a lightning strike or something there. That's
I'm sure the back of the box
nice.
will have some sort of. Lucky on a spooky adventure or something, trying to find his Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious. That's Lucky Charms, right? So
yeah.
So I look forward to getting a box of these. I'm sure they just taste like Lucky Charms, but they're just chocolatey. So
yeah,
because Lucky Charms has never really been a fruity cereal. It's just kind of a sugary cereal, right? There's never been
more or less. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit of vanilla on there. My only question here is, why didn't they put his name on his cape like they did for Tony here? I think that's a pretty weird move.
Lucky, the leprechaun, he if he loses something, I don't think he worries about it. Tony, on the other hand, you got to look out for Tony. He's a special guy. So there you go. I don't know. So there you go. You gotta keep an eye out for Tony. He needs a little extra help sometimes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a box of these. I do want to try them. I haven't had Lucky Charms in many moons, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, these ones look great, but the next one I think is a pretty big one. It may not be the biggest one on this list, but it's definitely the second biggest for sure.
I am right there with you. This was another thing that literally a day or two after we did the last episode of anticipated Halloween junk food, they announced this. It was like back to back. We got hit from both ends with new shit. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this now. After what, 50 years?
Dude, it's so weird. Like, this has never happened. These characters have been featured on other boxes, but they never had the box of their own. Like, this is so fucking good.
So crazy. This is glorious. And that is it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown cereal. Wild.
Yeah, dude.
Now, this is a vanilla flavored cereal with marshmallows. And I want to describe the box really quick before we go into the flavors and what we think, I guess, this is going to taste like. Dude, great box art here.
They just absolutely knocked it out of the park.
You got Charlie here with his little Zorro mask, and they're in the pumpkin patch where I believe it's Linus is waiting for the Great Pumpkin. Linus. And you've got Snoopy in the back wearing his little air fighter helmet goggle thing.
He's got his Red Baron get up on.
Yes, there you go. My least favorite part of that episode, I will be honest, but
it's super weird.
We're not going to talk about that yet. We've never covered that on the show. So, but I do want to do that soon when we do maybe next year when we cover some animated stuff, some more animated stuff. And I just love that they're in the in the pumpkin patch waiting for the Great Pumpkin, and the backdrop with these little bats, and there's a sky with stars in it. And the actual cereal is literally orange and green with pumpkin-shaped marshmallows. So good. It's fucking glorious, and it's vanilla flavored, which is promising. Now, I think, and I want to hear what you think, you can go one of two ways with vanilla. You can go the creamy vanilla like extract route, which I love personally.
Right.
Or you can go the generic like cereal taste, which like Lucky Charms, going back to that, like regular Lucky Charms, just the cereal, kind of that generic, not really vanilla. I'm hoping they're leaning towards the vanilla, considering it says vanilla flavored cereal, right?
Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll get. These to me look basically like crunch berries, green and orange crunch berries. So like, and that's typically the flavor that you get from something like a crunch berry, I guess. Like they did the birthday cake crunch berries just this year actually, right before winter ended. That was out there, and a beautiful box, by the way. I have it sitting behind me. But yeah, if anything, that's probably around the flavor profile these are probably going to have.
I hope so.
Is there anything else you would want it to taste like, or do you think you're sold on the vanilla? Like, if you could pick what this would have tasted like, what would you have made it?
See, like I'd go like just by the color, like a creamsicle route, but that's not very Halloweeny, so I get why. That's more summer. Right. So I guess that's why it would make no sense to go creamsicle, even though it's vanilla and you just see a lot of orange, but that's more so because of the pumpkin, the color of a pumpkin. You can't go pumpkin spice. I guess you could technically, because they're in a pumpkin patch. I don't know, maybe pumpkin pie, but really lean into like what a pumpkin pie tastes like, but that has nothing to do with this episode of Charlie Brown. It's tough, man. Like, where do you go with Halloween flavors? What's unique? Is there anything you could come up with off the top of your head?
I think the vanilla is probably going to have to do. I mean, even thinking into Halloween flavors, I was thinking more like candy corn, but that's basically just vanilla as well. Yeah. I tell you what, this could be dog shit flavored, and I'm still going to buy at least 20 boxes because of how beautiful it looks, man. This just, it looks so good. Like, just all the Charles Schulz artwork all over the front.
Yeah, man.
It's a beautiful box. I love everything about it.
And it's crazy that they're just doing this now in 2023.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I had to look back and see. I was like, were something similar done before? Did they ever have their own cereal? The only thing I've seen is like Chex Mix. They've been the spokespeople for them a couple of times.
Gotcha, okay.
And they were on like a bunch of boxes with Chex Mix and stuff, but like they've never had their own cereal. So this is a monumental moment. I'm
like, is there an anniversary for it or something coming up that they decided that 2023 is the year they're going to push a great pumpkin cereal? Because it's kind of crazy.
I don't know that there is. I know that they are pushing it though this year. It seems like that. Like I think the last few years it wasn't on TV or something.
Apple has the rights now, so that's why this is Apple, man. Apple's all Apple's like, you know what? We're gonna make a cereal, more toys.
I'm down with it, honestly. Like Super 7 just released a bunch of old like Charlie Brown toys. I have 2 of them sitting over there. They're both Halloween ones.
Awesome.
I love them both. I'm A-okay with more Charlie Brown merch, especially if it's Halloween oriented. Like that's right up the alley there.
This will definitely be one of the items I have for sure. I need to have in the Halloween junk food taste test video this year. And I'm just hoping it's delicious. I know, I get what you're saying. It could be dog shit, and I get that. But
it's always better when they taste good.
I know. I want it to just be like delicious, where I want another bowl. You know, which even the shittiest cereal, it's kind of like pizza. You still want more after you have a bowl, especially this type of cereal where there's marshmallows and sugar and stuff. So here's hoping that it's just as delicious and it lives up to the box. You know what I mean? Like that it matches. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Here's hoping.
I got her raw.
So we're up to the last one.
The big daddy.
Oh yeah, this is the big one, the big biggie here now. Oh boy, me and Louis, we talked about this a little bit before we ended our show, the last show there. When we were talking about what's the Monster Remix. Is that what it's called? Monster Mash Remix cereal box, where we found a new character, this female monster. Nobody knew at that point exactly who she was, what she was going to be doing, or any of that stuff. And we were hoping that we didn't just get her in that cereal box, and that we would hopefully get a one-off. You know, she deserves a one-off. She's a new character. And I mean, it's about time that they get the females up on the monster cereal box. Like, why would they not do that? So literally like moments probably after we hit end record, this is shown, and we have Carmela Creeper, the new cereal monster. She is not a bride of Frankenstein or anything like that.
No.
She's her own thing. She's just a zombie. And I know people were like, oh my God, I can't tell you how many people I had come to me like, oh, this isn't it doesn't fit the mold. She's not a monster. She's just her own thing. I'm like, who gives a shit? So we got something new, and you're gonna complain and cry? Like, shut up! This is awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I don't understand. People are really bitching that she's not like a Bride of Frankenstein or a creature.
Swear,
from the Black Lagoon
I've had
or
3
like
or 4 people already come to me and like, I'm not into this. I'm like, well. Sorry.
If you think about it, those zombies are so iconic now when it comes to horror characters. Like, there's TV shows, you know, all the George Romero films that we all know and love. Like, so, you know, a zombie's not like a universal monster where, you know, where the rest of the monster serials kind of match or parody. But I still think it's like you. I think it's awesome that she's female and that it's just a completely new character. Like, that's never happened in the existence of the monster serial characters. There's never been this. And, you know, I could see people talking shit. I think 1 or 2 people I saw on social media said like, oh great, we're getting a Bratz like cereal, or like what's that show? I am not familiar with it. It's like a horror show for kids or girls or whoever, young people, children.
Oh.
And they're like monster characters.
Monster High?
Yes, there you go. That she looks like one of those characters, kind of.
It's very. Oh man, you know, I didn't think about that, but yeah, she's very up there with the Monster High crew.
But
like, wow.
Whatever. It's still kind of cool. I do like and to, you know, before we haven't even talked about the box or the flavor, but her as a character. You know what? You know what I like about Carmela Creeper? And what I like about it when you put her next to Frankenberry, Yummy Mummy, Count Chocula, Boo Berry, Fruit Brute, those characters were created decades ago. And she looks like a character that is contemporary and created in 2023. And that's what I think people are missing when it comes to, you know, there's a lot of people, especially in like the nostalgia community, that dwell that things were better when they were young, when in reality, that's bullshit. It is.
Yeah.
I hate to go on a tangent here, but that's bullshit. There was a lot of shit we liked as kids that is fucking horrible, but we like it because we liked it when we were kids. So I feel like, you know, this character in 20 years or 30 years is going to be remembered. Let's say she only lasts 1 or 2. I don't think this character's going anywhere, personally. I think she's sticking around, even if she doesn't get her own flavor. But I do like how, you know, it's something new and something that fits with the current,
totally.
You know, year and the kids now. These cereals are for children. You know, yeah, of course we like them, but they're for children too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they know what they're doing with the marketing and all that. Sure. But like, in the end of the day, this is a child cereal. Like, people bitch the same way they do with this stuff as they do everything else. Like, for instance, like Turtle stuff. This new film that's coming out, people are up in arms about it.
Dude,
like the older crew.
It looks amazing.
I think it looks pretty good for what we're being given.
Yeah.
But like, there are so many man children out there that are all like, "Dude, fuck this! Like, I'm not going to support this." I'm like, dude, it's not really.
Fuck them.
It's really not for you. Like, it's fine if you enjoy it, but it wasn't created for us.
Yeah, dude. At the end of the day, I think this is really cool. So all those haters that you heard from that I saw, I only like to talk to people that enjoy stuff. Like, you're gonna talk shit about stuff. I kind of just zone it all out, and I don't really pay attention to it. whatever.
Right.
I like her design. We talked about
so do I.
it. She's kind of a DJ. It's implied.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
or
She got the old
headphones.
what do you call them? The
Beats or whatever.
Beats. There we go. It's like it's very Beats-ish for sure.
And then on her shirt, because I don't think we pointed it out because, we were going by an image that was, she's this big on it. And when you blow it up, it's all pixelated.
Yeah.
But on her shirt is a little skull with headphones on it. So that's going to be kind of her thing. And she's got like a choker on, fishnets. I dig it, man. Whatever. She's like a new metal monster, cereal monster. So I'm all about it. So, I like it, man. I think it's cool. Dude, I'm buying like 2 or 3 of these boxes. I can't wait to try this cereal. Speaking of which, what's the flavor, Grimey? Hit us with that.
It is artificially flavored caramel apple cereal. I mean, there's really not a lot of caramel apple cereals out there. There might be like 1 or 2, and I don't think I've ever really tried much of them. And if they can nail the flavor, like this will be a big hit.
Yeah, I love the green kind of. It's funny because we talked about green. I forget what we said about what we think her flavor would be, but we were like, I think I said a lime or something like that, like a lime.
I think you said lime, and I said I was going to go on the outside of the spectrum and go for matcha green tea.
Yes, matcha.
That's something really dumb, but
we were both super wrong. It's caramel, which is funny that the most fall Halloween thing is a caramel apple.
Oh, dude, I'm horrible at guessing. I really am, and I knew it was going to be something that was like blatantly obvious, and I'm just an idiot. But yeah,
dude, and I'm just excited to try these. I'm hoping we get some sort of ad with her or something animated where we can hear her voice, possibly.
Right.
We
know
know what the rest of the characters sound like. So
yeah, last year they did that like kind of cartoony short thing that went along with the cereal monsters. Maybe we'll get something like that this year too. That would be pretty epic.
That would be awesome if they do. I get it. Commercials aren't a thing. They don't market sugary cereals to kids and things like that.
Right.
But even if you just put it up on the YouTube channel, 30 seconds, she has to have a promo, an introduction of some kind.
For sure.
They have to do it. This is honestly, I could say it now. I think this is everyone's most anticipated Halloween item for the 2023 season. Like I literally have seen it just bleeding all over my Twitter and Instagram pages have just been pictures of Carmella Creeper, the cereal. People like I'm honestly going back to people talking shit, but mostly people being positive about this and excited. So dude, I can't fucking wait, man. This is gonna be fun, man, and I can't wait to review this. I can't wait to do a taste test. Usually, I'm trying to do my Halloween junk food taste test video earlier this year. Usually, I do it a little later in October. I'm probably gonna do it in parts, kind of like what we're doing here with anticipated items, because I find all you help me find stuff, which I always mention how you always help me find find. And then I find stuff. So it's kind of like I might have to do parts where, Haunted Hangover is always changing
for sure.
and always evolving. So it's like this year I might have to all right, this will be part 1 and part 2. Might even have to have you on one, Grimey. Might have to have you come back for the taste test video. And we don't taste an item until we both have it and we're both here and can try it together and give our honest thoughts. It's good, man. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a really, really awesome year for Halloween. I'm ready for it, man. I mean, I know we got the summer and everything ahead of us, but it won't be long until we're into spooky season. It always flies by.
Yeah, for sure, man. And summer it's the pre-show.
It's the intro, intro to spooky season.
Right now it's June. Once July hits, dude, you're gonna start seeing shit in store. You're gonna start seeing shit in stores. So there isn't anything you can do about it. And I'll say this here, more than likely, we'll be doing a part 3. I have a feeling. I think this isn't. Look at us. We just picked 6 more items. I guarantee between now and September, other shit's gonna be announced. So
Totally.
More than
yeah.
likely, you will be hearing from myself and Grimey again, diving into even more anticipated stuff for the 2023 Halloween season.
But I've got chocolate sweeties for monstrous chocolate flavor.
Well, I've got berry-flavored sweeties for monster strawberry flavor.
Count Chocula.
Frankenberry.
Hi.
So those were some more anticipated Halloween items for the 2023 season. Grimey, thanks for joining me once again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Always a pleasure to be here. I love talking spooky season before it's anywhere in the vicinity. And yeah, this is always enjoyable. Thanks again for having me.
And be sure to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at Haunted Hangover. Check out our Patreon page, patreon.com/hauntedhangover31. And remember, the best cure for a hangover is
More booze.
catch you guys later.